Hey, how's it going? This is John. Just want to take a few moments to share something very, very important and time sensitive with you. Of course, Amy and I are praying hard about the Manitou Springs mission. Now, Manitou Springs and the destiny there and the calling there will be with me forever. But where I'm right now is in the place of prayer, very, very serious prayer about the next step. And there have been some confirming things regarding relaunching the church there in Manitou Springs. And so we've started to take some steps. We've even developed a name. We've been discussing this with some people. But before we can do this, we have to see our team develop. So the question for you is, are you a part of the launch team? Now, I'm not going to repeat everything that I wrote in the blog. If you're seeing this somewhere other than the blog, please go to revolutionexperience.com and read about this there. And I talk a lot about what's coming. But the bottom line is this. We need to see a team of, I'm hoping for at least 20 people who are going to just raise their hand and say, I'm on board, I'm grabbing hold of this, I'm taking ownership of this, I agree with the vision, I embrace the core values, I have a release from my pastor to move from that church to a new church, and everything's going to be healthy and strong. And if that's you, if you're saying that, I need to hear from you today. And this is not something where I feel we can wait on a few days. I need to hear from you. When I say today, maybe over the next 24 hours, or certainly by the time you hear this message. Please contact me. My email is john@praytherevolution.com. Now, here's the idea. This church plant is going to be based as best we can on Acts chapter 2 and on my book, 20 Elements of Revival. I'm asking everybody that's going to participate with us to read 20 Elements of Revival and also revelation-driven prayer. Miles and I were talking today. We feel we need to get those into the hands of everybody that's going to be partnering with us. And if you can't afford it, please let us know. We will help you out. It's that important that we're all on the same page and we're running this race at the same pace. And so it's going to be a church that's unapologetically focused on revival and prayer and the activity of the Holy Spirit. I believe there's a reformation in the church that's coming, and we want to do our best as forerunners to help spur that along. And so it'll be a place where on Sunday mornings there may not be a teaching, or there may, but there will be a lot of Holy Spirit activity and prayer and intercession and deliverance. And the idea is that we'll be very sensitive as best we can as weak men and women of God to hear God's voice, to respond, and to let Him orchestrate our services. We're embracing prophecy. There's so many churches that have shut down prophecy. And I understand a lot of the reasons. There's a lot of flaky people or immature people or whatever. A lot of people that might not just understand on how to handle prophetic the prophetic, but we're going to steward that. We're going to train people. We're going to allow that in our services. We're going to allow it as a thrust in our ministry. And by the way, prophecy isn't simply about giving words. It is being the place where God is imparting into us, we're receiving, and then we're responding and making it known. And so that's a topic for another day, but we are going to embrace prophecy. We embrace the fire and the presence of God. You know, where God is, His Word is, right? So if God's presence is somewhere, He is the Word. That means the prophetic will be there. So we want the manifest presence of God to be there. We want Him to show up dramatically. You know, I want to see a revival in Manitou Springs, and there's no reason why we can't have it. Come on, we've got to see this thing launch. No reason why we can't have an outpouring there the size of Lakeland and beyond, the size of Brownsville and beyond, the size of Toronto and beyond, the size of Azusa and beyond. No reason. And God's going to be doing many things in many cities of the earth. I want Manitou Springs to be one of those cities, but we've got to have the team come together. So the question again, are you to be a part of this team? Some of you are saying, no, it's not my season. Some of you are saying, yes. If that's you, you have to contact me. We have to be together on this. We need to be as responsive as we can. We need to have fire in our eyes and a smile on our face as we press ahead together. So you need to contact me. I need to hear from you. And then some of you might be saying, well, I'm not sure. Well, contact me with your questions, and I want to talk with you about that. Now, Now, this is not a slam dunk, although we're looking for property, and Miles has been visiting. He visited a place today. Went inside and looked for a potential property. We have so much we need to do. We need to, we need to fundraise. We need a leadership in position. We need all sorts of different things to happen. But it's not a slam dunk. Today Amy got a phone call and very possibly or definitely is being considered for a position as at a crisis pregnancy center. And so we're going to need to give them some feedback soon. Are we to move there? We're still, we've still got our finger up in the wind, still feeling everything. There is ministry going to happen in Manitou. There is ministry going to happen in Detroit, but we've got to make the decision where we're going to put the majority of our energy. And we feel, and there's been some interesting confirmation. We feel that Manitou Springs is our next obvious step, meaning we're going to step in that direction and see if doors open or doors close. And so that's where we are right now. We're at a place where we are stepping. That's why you're watching this video. We cannot do it without you. This is not going to be something where we simply show up and woohoo, look, John and Amy are there. Let's kind of hook up with them and see what happens. We can't do it that way. We did it that way the first time and it worked, but we can't do it that way this time because we've got a family, we've got to sell a house, we've got to move. It's a big, big deal. And we just need to know who is going to be going strong with us. We need people that are serious, people that are full of life, people that smile a lot, people that want more of God, people that are not negative, people that are positive, people that don't gossip, people that speak well of other ministries, people that are just full of the life of Jesus, and there's all sorts of people, and as this thing develops, all sorts of people will pop in, and that's awesome. But for the team that's going to run with us, don't have to be perfect. If you're perfect, in fact, you're probably not going to want to hang out with us. But we do need to be serious and alive and joyful and work this out together and be a team and be a family and submitted one to another and running behind crazy prophetic leadership that's just taking giant leaps. So are you that person? I'm talking a little fast here because I'm on YouTube and I've got a time limit. So please contact me, John at PrayTheRevolution.com. Again, the goal is fire. The goal is the presence of God. The goal is to see the entire city of Manitou Springs, border to border, turned into a mission base of extreme Holy Spirit activity where we're interceding for the nations, and revivals are breaking out in other cities and other nations largely because of what we're doing in Manitou Springs. We will be connected to cities like Detroit. I'm praying about bringing a team from Detroit to Manitou and for a season, for a week, having an event. But just being connected like that. Miles is trying to get out to Detroit, So this is very, very, very active. But to take a leap like this, where we're planting a church and investing time and energy and money and finding property and moving our family, all of that stuff, me, that I'm ready to leap at any moment. But, we've got to use wisdom. And we just need to know who you are. So please don't, if you feel prompted, don't wait for us to get out there and then kind of just stick your toe in the water and see if it's going to fit. You need a leap right now. If God is speaking to you about this. If he's not speaking to you about this, this is not the time for you. So that's okay too. But we need to be a little bold right now. And I'm looking for 20 or more people, which will represent, not 20 or more people including families. I'm saying 20 or more people including families. So if we can start with a group with moms and dads and kids, of 40 or 50 or so, something like that, I think this is going to rock. So it's not about a number, but I don't know that I'll feel comfortable until we've got a really solid team that's read the books, where we're having conferences now, starting right now, over the internet, where we're doing these kinds of things and getting into position. So it's time to step into position. Contact me literally today. It's Wednesday, February 25th, or the moment you get this video. And you're amazing. This is going to be a lot of fun. But in whatever timing God has in mind is fine with me. But I'm just doing my due diligence, trying to be as obedient as I can, as a weak person who has limited data, right? We prophesy in part, and we see in part. So we have limited data, but we're taking a step based on limited data. But it feels really good. So I'm excited. So blessings to you. Can't wait to hear from you.